He
All
cooked
right, so
that
you
game.
brought up Curtis Rourke. The Niners did draft a quarterback this year. They drafted Curtis Rourke in round 7. They wanted a backup. He's sort of redshirting. They could have drafted another quarterback in round 5 named Shedeur. They could have taken Shedeur Sanders in round 5 and said they took Jordan Watkins, who they never freaking play. Now they got to face Shedeur Sanders tomorrow. Had they drafted him, they wouldn't be facing him. What do you think? Should they have taken a flyer on Shedeur with that Jordan Watkins pick?
No, that would be the stupid. You know why? Because you bring a guy like Shedeur and he has that much media around him. Everyone is like talking about his interviews after, and then now you add Shedeur, Ayuk, you had all the Jawan Jennings drop. That's literally just Grant. You would love that. Oh my gosh, Grant would love.
I don't think Kittle would like it.
No,
I don't think
a lot of
Juszczyk
players
would like it. I don't think
You know
Kyle
who would like it? You know who would have loved to draft Shedeur? Parag.
That's not who I thought you were going to say.
How many jerseys would he sell? How many
there will be
jerseys?
a lot of
would that man
jerseys
sell?
there. Oh my god,
so many.
Niners are already in the news a lot because they're an all-time franchise, right? Imagine Shedeur Sanders and his dad played, obviously. Imagine Shedeur Sanders, quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. I was hearing rumors.
I feel like he would have fit the scheme.
I think so too. I think he's a perfect quarterback.
no,
He is better. Way better.
One, he'd fit the scheme. 2, he's a good
Wait,
value in
Brandon,
round
say it.
5.
Brandon,
Yes,
say it.
I think that, I heard rumors. Now, I don't know if they were true. Obviously, Grant is more tapped in than me. He's a reporter of the team. I don't cover the team, and they'll never allow me to report for the team because I would just ask really tough questions, unlike David Lombardi. So I will say this. I heard a few reports that, before the whole interview process that the Niners, they did think about Shedeur Sanders. And they thought he was going to be a first-round pick. I think a lot of organizations thought before the interview process where Shedeur was very arrogant and kind of they wanted to prove a point. Talent-wise, I think he had a first or second-round grade. I don't think that was the problem. His attitude's always been the issue. But the guy was the most accurate passer in college last year, and
he's probably better than Curtis Rourke.
Scheme. He fits Kyle Shanahan's scheme to a T. Tell me why. I agree with Grant on this. I would have drafted him in the 3rd or 4th round.
You had nothing to lose.
Yes,
been a worse pick than Nick Martin.
Hey, but Grant and Brendan, in that moment, if the Niners drafted a quarterback, that'd be the dumbest thing ever. We didn't need another quarterback.
It would have been the smartest thing ever because Brock Purdy is playing like shit, Maj.
You have Mac Jones. Why would you need Shedeur?
How long do you have Mac Jones for?
It's true.
I mean, they're going to try and trade
Mac Jones this offseason.
Oh, they will. They're trading him. They need draft compensation because of the rest
if
of
they
the
had drafted Shedeur Sanders, they'd be facing Dylan Gabriel or something this weekend.
Thank God. And they would have beaten Dylan Gabriel to a pulp. Dylan Gabriel stinks. I am much more scared of Shedeur
49ers
Sanders.
should draft Drew Aller.
I agree.
Yeah,
actually. I like Drew Aller.
They should draft a quarterback. Kyle should always be bringing in he should draft a quarterback or sign a quarterback every year, if not both, because you can't keep a quarterback healthy to save your life. And they all become interception machines eventually. So keep bringing them in.
Well, not just that. It's like if you're going to draft a running back or receiver you never fucking use in the 3rd or 4th round every year, you might as well make that a quarterback.
Make it a quarterback.
So you don't have to play Adrian Martinez, God forbid, if Mac Jones and Brock Purdy are injured. And, they won't draft the quarterback, though, Grant, next year. There's no chance.
Well, why should they when they have Curtis Rourke? Well, Maj, you're from Canada. Tell us about Curtis Rourke.
Yeah.
He's Canadian. He likes maple syrup. I don't actually. When we drafted Curtis Rourke, I had no clue who he was. I had literally no clue who the guy was.
I liked him.
Canadian.
I liked him. He was tough. He played through it. I believe it was an ACL injury all year last year, right? Or a leg injury. Like he was hurt.
I just feel like the Niners are so bad at drafting quarterbacks, and they got lucky one time with Brock, and I don't think they're going to get lucky twice. So I don't have high hopes for Curtis. Sorry about that, Curtis. I just don't have high hopes.
Grant, let me ask you this before we move on to this, because I was telling Maj this on our stream the other day. The Niners are horrible at drafting defensive linemen in the 1st round. Besides Nick Bosa, follow their lap. They're horrible about drafting offensive linemen, you could argue, because of the guys in the past, McGlinchey, whatever. Why? They're only good at drafting receivers in the 1st round, pretty much.
How good are they at drafting receivers, too? They took Ricky over Ladd. Was that good?
Yeah, no, not now.
They took Debo over A.J. Brown. Although Debo was good for them.
But hey, we got to take a grain of salt here. They're better at drafting receivers.
They actually draft that. That's one of their better positions that they draft. You're right.
Exactly. So you know what they're going to do in this next draft because of the Ayuk situation. There is no way they're taking a D line or O line round one. They are taking a receiver in round one. And
have you looked at their wide receiver depth chart for next season? Do you know the names that are on this team for wide receiver?
It's Pearsall and Watkins. That's it.
Cowing and Robinson as well. Just
and Cowing. Where is that guy
in the CFL next year? Okay, like
Cowing. Literally, he's injured all season, and then I see a video of him at a coffee shop. Like this guy, I don't even know what that
guy's
like.
He's not injured. The Niners are just like, we don't want to play you, so we're just gonna say that you're still injured.
You know why I actually like Cowing is because he seems like a nice guy. Like Ayuk just seems like an asshole. You know, that's why people don't like Cowing. He's at least he's a nice dude. It seems like, you know, like that's.
I agree.
You don't get paid to be nice.
Maybe Ayuk is an asshole. I just get the feeling that a lot of the best wide receivers in the league are assholes. Like, is AJ Brown not an asshole?
Dude, he still wants a trade. He wants to be traded every year.
Was like, I hate this. This is the worst experience I've ever had on a team.
On his quarterback the last few weeks. He stopped running routes the last few weeks.
The best wide receivers often are assholes. It kind of comes with the territory, and you have to decide whether you want to go into business players like that. And the Niners don't throw the ball enough to one wide receiver to really justify. I mean, this was so predictable that they'd give him the money and be like, oh, shit, you're not worth $30 million a year to us. And he'd be like, you're not treating me like I'm worth $30 million. Yeah, man, you guys shouldn't have done that. This was a bad marriage.
You know what they could do, too? They could draft whatever his name is from Oregon, Sadiq, because Kittle's getting older and they need a tight end to be his pupil because Kyle Shanahan needs a dominant tight end for that offense.
Doesn't it seem like the whole league is like running with this trend of using 2 and 3 tight ends, and Kyle's over here using Juszczyk in 2025? Like, come on, man.
Well, they paid Luke Farrell all that money.
Farrell on the field with Kittle. Use one wide receiver because that position sucks on your team, and just run the ball and play. You saw the Bears do it yesterday. The Rams do it all the time. The Niners have the personnel to pull it off. I don't get it, man. Tonjes was balling.
Yeah, why is
I love Tonjes?
I don't get it, man. He's so much better than Kyle Juszczyk. Hold on, let me just get right. So much better. I don't get it.
Well, Kyle Juszczyk is not the all-pro. Is not the all-pro in his marriage. His wife is way more talented than him. There's no doubt about that. She actually makes great clothes, and I'll say it again.
I feel like he could retire early because
she is going to be the breadwinner. He should just.
That's what I'm saying.
He should leave. Like,
Brandon, you're Christian Juszczyk's #1 fan. You love her clothes.
Very
I'm
talented.
serious though. In the snow tomorrow, this would be a great day to break out the 3 tight end offense tomorrow.
Yes,
that would be great.
You know what they need to do, Grant?
Huh?
You know what they need to do? I'll say one thing, and then I'll let Maj go. They're not going to, because Kyle's going to want to prove a point again about Brock Purdy. He's going to want to. He's going to get in his bag of tricks and do some stupid shit. You already know that. If they were smart, Cleveland does not have the personnel to beat the Niners if the Niners just control the clock and run the fucking football the entire game using that personnel. They would. I want an ugly. You know it's going to be an ugly football game tomorrow.
100%.
So just please, Kyle, let Brock throw.
Here's what gives me
that's it.
Pause about picking the Niners to win this game. I think Brandon, you already picked the Browns, right? I mean,
I think the Browns will win.
Maybe you didn't. Okay.
You guys
Browns have a legitimately very good run defense, and I don't think the Niners do. Like the Niners didn't even really shut down the Panthers' run game. They just didn't run the ball, and I still have no fucking idea. I'll never understand what Canales was thinking. It's not like the Niners were running away with the game. It was always anyway. This is going to be a close game. They're going to run it a lot with Quinshon Judkins.
He's good.
He's good.
I like their run defense more than their pass defense because they can't get a pass rush. So, of course, the corners are going to look worse if you can't get to the quarterback.
Yeah, but is Shedeur going to do anything in the snow? Like, maybe. I don't know.
Dude, he's going to take risks. That's where the Niners can beat him. They're going to need to win the turnover battle.
You know what? Screw this Mac Jones talk. You know who's probably played in the snow because he's from Canada? Curtis Rourke.
Curtis Rourke.
How come the Niners haven't voided his guarantees? Is he not? Is he not healthy yet? I mean, damn. He should be out there.
No one's
very
healthy.
true.
No one's healthy. I mean, by the way, are they ever going to fire their entire medical staff? Because it seems like whatever they're doing just is not working every single year. I know it's football and it's a dangerous sport, but like, dude, this is every fucking year they get injuries like this.
Until they address that, it's hard to feel like they're doing everything within their power
to
be as good as they can, right? It just seems like they're content to be in the mix. Too much sauce. 30-30 says Brock has 29-inch arms. That's true. What's the ideal height, weight, arm length, hand span for the perfect quarterback? Kyle Shanahan quarterback. 6'2" to 6'5", 32 to 33-inch arms, 10-inch hands, something like that.
Trey Lance.
Roughly.
Trey Lance.
Yeah. Justin Herbert. Steve Lewis says, is there an us versus them in the locker room between Cabo and non-Cabo crew? Maybe Ayuk feels siloed if he and his wife don't fit in with the crew and couples. I think that there's a lot of truth to that. And I think what's weird about the Niners clickiness is it's very high school. It's like couples. It's the player and his wife. And they're friends with the other player and his wife. It's like, and they have these social gatherings, but some of them don't get invited. And I wonder how they feel, because Brandon's always been an outsider. Maybe that's his own fault, but I think the whole point of a team is you're trying to get everyone to come together, and not everyone's going to be the same, and not everyone's going to have the same freaking sense of humor. You got to find a middle ground.
Grant, this is the only reason Kyle Juszczyk is a 49er, is because Christian Juszczyk and George Kittle's wife are very close. They got a podcast together now or something. Like, they're so close. That's the only reason.
Kyle's going to get re-signed, Grant. I hope you know that. And your video is going to go viral if you like, what does he do? It's going to pop up on Twitter again and about when they re-sign him. And like someone's going to be like, at Grant Cohn, he got re-signed again. Like,
imagine how good Kyle Shanahan could be, how good this offense could be if they actually played with 11 players. It would be incredible.
Yeah.
They just have this guy like doing cartwheels on the field. Like, oh, he's just like trying to distract you.
He makes some good catches. I'll give him credit. He is decent at catching the football. He is decent at catching the football.
Yeah, it's my issue with him has never been like his skill set. It's just the fact that the Niners don't use him, and the way they use him is
Saunders and Farrell and Kittle, all 3 tight ends tomorrow.
Please. TVY T143 something says, does Kyle Shanahan trust Kyle Juszczyk to call plays on offense?
Why? Because he went to Harvard?
Why? I don't know.
Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, why would a fullback be calling fucking plays on offense?
Well, what can't he do? I mean, he does the quarterback sneak when they need it sometimes. He's the emergency kicker.
No, but Grant, he sucks at quarterback sneaking. I'll always remember the game against Buffalo last year was the first time Juszczyk ever did like a quarterback sneak on like the 1 yard line, and then he fumbled the ball. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Can I bring one thing up?
How much different would Juszczyk's career be if he were just labeled a tight end, which is what he is? He'd never be a Pro Bowler.
No,
he'd never go to a Pro Bowl. He wouldn't be in consideration. He's not a fullback. Fullbacks run the ball. He's a lead block. He's a move tight end.
Yeah. I want to bring one thing up.
Who was really good 6 years ago.
I want to bring one thing up, which I think Grant was going to probably bring up anyways, but like B-Rob.
Probably.
Can we please stop fucking running Christian McCaffrey 27 times a game when it's clear he doesn't have the same burst he used to? In a game like tomorrow where it's ugly, I want to see 10 to 15 carries from Brian Robinson Jr. 10 to 15 minimum tomorrow. Like, run through the tackle.
Some crude stats real quick. So far on the season, McCaffrey's averaging 3.7 yards per carry, and Brian Robinson's averaging 4.7 yards per carry. Christian's getting 18 carries a game, and Robinson's getting 5. I'm just saying that's 100% only because of the contract. Usually when, you're this deep in a season and there's that big of a disparity between 2 running backs on the same team in the same system, the guy averaging a full yard per carry more earns more carries. That's how it works.
They did that to Mason a few years ago. Remember? Mason was balling. They're like, screw you, buddy. We're not going to play you. They need Mason this year.
Yeah. There's so many examples. And this is why I don't think Kyle Shanahan should be the coach of the year. He's doing a good job, but like, are you playing the best quarterback right now? Are you playing your best wide receiver right now? Are you playing your best running back right now? Or are you just playing the guys you paid because you paid them and you decided in August that they were going to be the staples of your offense? You got to adjust and react to what's happening in front of your eyes.
I like Kyle, but like his pride does get in the way a lot of things. He could be one of the best coaches of all time if he just like put away his ego for a second, was like,
I completely agree.
Because his offensive mind, no one's questioning him being a guru offensively. He obviously is, but pride has lost him 3 Super Bowls, including the one for the Falcons, right? Like when he was the OC. Yeah. Pride has lost him. He has made him so Brock Purdy prone the last few weeks, where, by the way, I think they could win this game tomorrow pretty easily if Mac played. Like, because Brock Purdy's playing, I think there's less of a chance they win. because of the turnovers.
I think there's more.
Didn't-
I think there's more.
Didn't it feel like Kyle liked the Mac Jones experience because he got credit for resuscitating his career? But then once the conversation went to actually Mac's better than Brock and you messed up with this Brock contract,
Change right away.
Kyle's responsible for the Brock contract. It kind of felt like he was like, oh, okay, well, let me reset that narrative. And I'm going to do it by bringing back Brock against the Cardinals so that he wins and plays well. Not against the Rams, because what I'm really concerned about right now is making sure everyone knows that we were right to pay Brock Purdy. And I think that's pride. That is pride getting to you. That's not necessarily the best decision for the team.
If he wanted that, he should have played him against the Cardinals, which he did. Sat him,
Yep.
phony injury last week. Sat him again against another good defense, and then played him against the Titans so he could throw 3 or 4 touchdowns in after the bye week and claim that he was injured going into the bye week. Because you know what's going to happen tomorrow. The line's going to play like shit. They'll get to the quarterback within 2 seconds. He'll get hit a lot. So Mac Jones can at least get the ball out in 2 seconds instead of Brock looking at 4 reads and then using his legs, fumbling the football or throwing it into traffic. Mac Jones is the perfect quarterback to beat the Browns. Slants, throw it to, get the ball out quick, check downs. Yeah, I mean, sure, the big play might not be available as much with Mac at quarterback, but you don't need that against a good Cleveland defense. You're not going to be getting the big play regardless.
We're winning
Doesn't seem
tomorrow.
like you're getting the big play from Brock anymore, man. Every time he tries, it's intercepted.
No,
Watch, you're going to see a big play. Calling it right now.
Niners,
Big play.
Niners have
Is that your prize pick of the week?
Prize pick of the week, yes. Over
Niners
or
have a
more.
gift to choke games when they have some leeway. The Lions lost, so now they're going to be like, oh, we don't need to win this game as much, and they'll lose. That's what's going to happen. It happens all the time.
They're going to win. They're going to win.
They're going to lose.
If they lose to Cleveland, God, what a scandal. Going into the bye week, if you just made Shedeur, like you just basically are going to launch Shedeur's career with that one. Brock, you better not lose to Shedeur Sanders, man. I'm telling you.
If Shedeur wins this game, though, this is huge for him. This is huge because beating the Raiders is like, it's the Raiders, but beating the Niners,
it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. Justin says Kyle won't pull out the 3 tight end offense because it's a McVay staple this year. We know it's personal between them two. Kyle's ego is in the way. Ego, pride. Yeah. Javid says Tom Rathman was a proper fullback, run, catch, and block. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Kyle, you checks the goat.